Newsflash, everybody. You don't need to wake up early to be successful. Guys, the topic of today's video is something that I've wanted to address for a very long time, and that is the subject of sleep shaming. You guys have seen it. I know you have. You've been on your Facebook page. You've been on your LinkedIn. You've been on your Instagram. You've been on your, I don't know if they do it on Snapchat or not, but you've been on all your social media sites and you see that guy. You see that guy. 5 a.m. club, grinding it out at the gym. Throwing up 135s because that's all I can lift. But at the gym, baby, grinding it out. And it's hilarious, to me. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. It's hilarious. Good for you. Good for you that you're waking up. Most people that work junkyards wake up at 3:30 in the morning, but you know what? Waking up at 5 a.m., it makes you a winner. Jesus Christ. Guys, I want to talk about the subject of sleep. And I feel like now more than ever with entrepreneurship, it's so cool now, and it's so cool to be your own person, and it's so cool to be a motivational junkie, and it's so cool to go to the gym, and it's so cool to wake up early, wake up before everybody else does, because that makes you a better person. That makes you inherently better than everybody else. Or at least that's what these people, some of these motivational guys on Facebook and LinkedIn and social media would want you to believe. And honestly, I've never, ever bought into that. I am someone who habitually wakes up at 5 in the morning. Habitually. And even though I wake up habitually at 5 a.m., I have never, ever once put myself up on a pedestal trying to glamorize the fact that I wake up just a little bit earlier than a lot of other people. Here's the puffy part, right? Here's the part that most of these guys don't want you to hear. The puffy part is that a lot of these motivational guys, they have their past too, and so I'm going to let you guys in on where I was, and why I think waking up early is definitely important, but I don't think it is the only ingredient in making you a successful person. In fact, it can be an ingredient that's completely left out and you're still successful. It's like, I don't know, almonds, sliced almonds on a cake. It tastes better, but is it necessary to have a really tasty cake? Definitely not. So, a little bit about where I came from, when I was starting out, if you ask anybody in college, if you ask my roommate Tony Chin, roomed with me all 4 years at Stanford, he would tell you, Danny, there's no way Danny would ever wake up before noon, and that's even if I had class. So if I had a morning class, you can forget about it. Never went, or very rarely went, and so still got a degree. Don't worry. But that's about all I got. So I would wake up super late, and then I think that was due to a lot of factors, but the two main things is that I lacked discipline and I lacked ambition at the time because I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life. And so because I lacked discipline and because I lacked ambition, when I left school and I got into real estate, those were two things. Obviously I had the ambition at that point because I knew that I wanted to sell real estate, but I didn't necessarily have the discipline. And so, when you come into something like that and you start listening to all these people and you start looking at what these people are doing to be successful, and a lot of them are waking up early, and so I was just like, well, I'm going to wake up early. And it wasn't something that I started out doing right away. I mean, let's be real. The first 2-3 months of real estate, I was waking up at 10 a.m. and then I was going to work and then working out after work. But then as I soon realized, the only hours in the day where clients don't leave you alone is between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. And then pretty much after that, you are tied down with work, or at least I am, until about 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And by then, who's going to go to the gym? You got to wake up, wash, rinse, repeat for the next day. So it took me all about 2 or 3 months to decide that I needed to go to the gym in the morning, and if I wanted to go to the gym in the morning, I needed to wake up early. End of story. So for me, waking up early is merely a piece of the puzzle to success. And there are some successful ass people. I know people that are way more successful than I am, and way more successful than any of these motivational guys that are spewing this shit. But they don't wake up early, and they're doing just fine. And so I think that if anything, for me, all it does is it cures lack of ambition and lack of discipline. And then once you can translate all of that and harness that over into what it is you're doing, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to wake up early in order to be successful. Case in point, for me, even though I'm a habitual 5 a.m.er, there are a couple days that, here and there where I won't be able to get up until like 9 or 10 a.m. And for a while there, I was really beating myself up. Yeah, I was really beating myself up. I was just like, oh man, I'm not waking up. Like I'm a loser, and I got a shitty start to my day. And I'm so bummed, and that in and of itself, that kind of self-talk can do more harm than waking up early can do good. Do you see what I'm saying? So to anybody out there that is making somebody feel inferior for not waking up early, or putting yourself up on a pedestal for waking up early, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong, or girl. You're straight up wrong, and I will fight you like to the death on this. I do believe that there is an inherent level of good productivity that also comes out of waking early if you can also get to bed on time. Because sleep is absolutely important. Let's not forget that the average human needs like about 7 hours of sleep. And for me, I'm one of these people that if I'm not getting 7 to 8 per night, and I do like 2 or 3 nights in a row of not that, then like by day 4, I'm just like completely dead, completely brain dead. And if I'm at a listing appointment, sitting down in front of a seller, trying to, or not trying to, but in the process of giving my presentation, like my thoughts are so jumbled up here on 3 or 4 nights of no sleep that by an hour, by like 30 minutes into it, I'm just like completely done. I've lost it. And what's the point of going? Like, what's the point of pursuing your dreams and going for it and doing it if you're not going to be able to give it your 100% because you're not well rested? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And so, yes, you can put yourself up on this grandiose pedestal for some people doing like ridiculous shit, just like waking up at 4 a.m. and I'm just like, why? And look, there are some people that work really well in the morning and that's like their thing. But if you're like me, I'm a night owl that had to transition into being a morning person. And so if you're anything like me, don't feel like you need to wake up day in and day out, 5 a.m. If it means that if you're not going to be well rested, then don't do it. Obviously don't sacrifice important things like, appointments and everything like that, like if you are on a tight schedule. But I just feel like I feel like we need to stop this. I think we need to stop it once for all because it's not healthy. It's definitely not healthy, and it's unbecoming. Of anybody that's trying to make themselves seem superior to somebody else because they're not. Because they're waking up early. Just like, is that really your biggest accomplishment in life? Like, wow. I feel bad for you if that's it. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I would love to hear what your comments are. It's just a little bit of a rant. Bottom line is that yes, I feel like there are many things that waking up early are good for. Productivity. Curing ambition, and definitely, drive, but and discipline. Definitely discipline. But aside from that, it's not a magic pill that's going to catapult you to, the heights of whatever it is you're trying to achieve the corporate ladder, you're building your own company, whatever you're trying to do, just do you and be happy with it. Just do it, because I have seen so many people come from different walks of life, do so many different, everyone has their own like little formula. Just follow it, but make sure that the core principles of discipline, the core thing in all of this is discipline, right? As long as you've got that, don't worry what everybody else is saying. Don't worry about anything else. Just do you and keep crushing it. Leave your comments below. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more of this, go ahead and subscribe down below. We've got daily vlogs coming every single day, building the #1 real estate team in the United States of America. It's Danny Gould, selling Silicon Valley. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.